Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our transgressions, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. Today, in part 2 of the power of forgiveness, we're going to talk about the release of forgiveness. My dad, when I was a kid, he left when I was 4 years old. My dad was a drunk. He was very abusive to my mother, and I was scared to death of him. And when he left, honestly, I was glad to see him go. Those are hurtful words. But I grew up most of my life with a lot of hatred towards him. I didn't want anything to do with him. I didn't like what he did. I didn't like the person that he was. And so I didn't have a relationship with him. And he went on and married a couple of more times and had some other kids. And one day, when my daughter was born, he showed up at the hospital and he was drunk. And he went on, and I didn't see him again for a very long time. I talked to him a time or two, but I had all that hatred in me towards him. I hated what he had done. I hated the person that he was. And I vowed to myself I'd never be like him. Well, sometime later, the internet came about. And we got some internet access in our home, and I was tinkering around with it, and I found out that you could look up people's names, and kind of like looking in the old white pages of the telephone book, and you could look up people's names and find out their address really quick. And so I did. I wondered where he was, and I thought I'd look his address up, see where he was living. Maybe he had a phone I could call him on. Well, I found him, but I found his obituary. And he had passed on some time ago before I found out. And here I was with all that animosity in me about him. I was in shock that he was gone. I was kind of sad for a moment, but not for very long. Some years later, the Lord spoke to me. I asked him to search my heart and know my ways. He created me a pure heart, and I met my prayer. And he did. What God told me was, you need to forgive your dad. Well, I didn't see that coming. I didn't expect God to say that. I had forgotten all about him. He said, you need to forgive your dad. I thought, how can I forgive him? He's dead. He's gone. I can't forgive him. So I prayed about it, and I said, Jesus, how can I do this? What I had to do was I had to, inside of my heart, even though he was gone, I had to forgive him somehow. It was easy for me to say, okay, I forgive him, but it had to come from my heart, from deep within. Whenever that day came, and it did, and I truly forgave my dad, I never forget the feeling that I had of release, that I was carrying that weight. I never got to tell my dad anything about forgiving him. I never got to tell him. I wish I would have. But I can't get that back now. But maybe you can. Maybe there's somebody that in your family that you need to forgive. Don't carry that weight around. You don't have to let that person back up into your inner circle. But if there's hatred in your heart towards somebody, that's not pleasing to God. And I'm living proof of that. He told me himself. Find a way to forgive that person. We love you. I thank you for watching these videos. God bless you. We're going to stay in the power of forgiveness until we get through with it. It may go several parts, but I think this is part 2. Part 3 is coming up already. I'm already ready for it. So stay tuned with us. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We love you. God bless you, and thank you for watching.